Very good day to all of you. How have your week been, to all of you? I hope it has been good. This week, I would like to talk about, still on comfort zone, but it is on taking risk, Educe leadership success. Educe means evokes. So taking risk evokes leadership success. So as a leader, I always believe in following our own instinct, our heart. So in business, I've learned that while answers may need to be black and white, and sometimes there's also my answer. There is also my answer, And though my answer could be different, maybe even risky, it is my risk to take and it is my outcome to manage. And that approach has served me well. And here's why. Without try and error and risk-taking, you will remain stagnant, predictable, and ultimately you will be in your comfort zone. So risk is about pushing yourself until you step beyond your comfort zone. All right. So with good judgment and discussion, of course. All right. So, and allowing yourself to take a step that might be uncomfortable at first. So this is the prerequisite. If you want to grow and you want to realize your full potential. Now, risk-taking is an increasingly critical element of leadership and essential for a leader's effectiveness. So risk-taking can also be defined as undertaking a task in which there is a lack of certainty and fear of failure. So the problem at the core of risk is taking fear, Taking is fear, basically. So there are so many kind of fears. You fear of failure, fear of success, fear of looking like a fool, fear of being ignorant, and fear of seemingly too aggressive. So taking risk means confronting the fears or challenges and having the courage to move forward. Then, see, leaders like us are ultimately judged on the results that we deliver. Sometimes it can be easy for leaders just to tread on the water, especially when things seem to be going on well. But in reality, continuous creativity and risk-taking is critical to a leadership success. So in this highly competitive world and fast-moving times, that is pushing the boundaries every day, whether it's personal, team, or organization, it is no an option, but it is a necessity. So leaders who want to achieve success understand that taking risks is an important part of achieving results. Leaders must discover, very important, listen to this, leaders must discover their risk tolerance by stepping out of the comfort zone and engage with these 4 things in mind. Number 1, don't let your limitations stop you. Number 2, focus on the outcomes and rewards. Number 3, learn from your mistakes. And number 4, recognize that success and failure are interlinked, they're intertwined, interlinked, and it is necessary for growth. But let us be clear. Risk-taking by itself without understanding the nuances of the challenge is reckless and it will doom any project will fail. So finding the creative edges is both an art and science. The best leaders have figured out how to do that. Now, with that in mind, here are 5 points to help you as a leader and as you step out into your comfort zone. First of all, listen to your inner self. Listen to your inner self. There is no perfection in taking risks. I repeat, there is no perfection in taking risks. So it is really a gut reaction or a gut, feel. And it is an instinct, if you want to call it. Allow yourself the pleasure of allowing it. So quite often people overthink things, and they come up with all kinds of reasons not to, and only to end up coming back to their first thought. Anyway, so believe in that first thought, and listen carefully to it, and don't be afraid to follow. 9 out of 10 times it proved to be worthwhile. Second one, beware of overanalyzing. You see, great leaders don't become great by being predictable and playing it safe. Don't get me wrong. There is merit in being consistent, and all risks should have some level of consideration. Very important. But what I'm saying here is that don't overanalyze. People can talk themselves out of anything. And in risk-taking, you can't let yourself get paralyzed in the details. So it might never be the perfect time. It never be the perfect set of circumstances. But in some point, you just have to do it. You just have to take the decision and take the risk and make the move, and people will respect you for it. Number 3, don't let your know-it-all attitude guide your action. We have this habit, and to some extent, but you see, we have minds like sponge. As professional, we need to be open to learning, open to exploring, and not believing that we have all the answers. Because let us be honest, we never really do. It is important to realize that the world is changing, especially now post-pandemic, and it is changing quickly. And sometimes what works before will not work now. And the best thing that we can do as a professional is to be open to exploring the new options that come our way and to implement a trial and error mentality. Okay, so the 4th one is take baby steps. If risks are not for you, try them in small little steps. All right, someone says, that the whole journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first mile. All right, so try pilot steps or tests before you take that big leap, and this method will allow you to see the outcome first before the impact becomes too big for you to handle. And the 5th one, to err is human. You find out that with risk-taking, you will not win every time. It's a fact. Be sure to minimize the fallout whenever possible. Plan to re-execute with the necessary changes should a risk not plan out. They are called risk for a reason. But don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are the best way people learn and to develop them into the best kind of professionals. So to err is human. And in summary, risks are all about encouraging your own development, into you being the best person and the professionalism in you, or that you can be. And if the word is too strong, if the word risk is too strong a word, maybe you should try think outside the box, or let us just be innovative or creative. I will leave it to you to think about that. But let me leave this with you. Innovation is the cross between fear and bravery. So once again, I hope this particular topic that I share with you guys will be of some help to you. All right, so stay safe, stay healthy, and be a blessing. Bye-bye. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.